This is the Kindy Rockstars Podcast, Season 5. Bringing you incredibly talented singers, artists, creators, and producers in the genre of children's music. I'm your host, Patrick Adams. Each episode will feature songs, albums, videos, or live performances, along with great stories from the artists themselves. Kindy Rockstars Season 5 is proud to be supported and sponsored by Waltmania Public Relations, serving the family entertainment community for more than 20 years. And now, on with the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Kindy Rockstars, and I am happy to have back on the show, good friend of the show, Charlotte Talbot. You better know her as Cee Bee Teatime. Welcome back to the show. How have you been?
Thank you, Patrick. It seems like a long time, but actually, I think it's only about a year since I was here. So I've been really well, been pretty busy.
Excellent.
Very well, thanks. Yeah.
Well, yep, you were on the show last season, I believe. So first question I have for you, what have you been up to since the last time we talked?
I've been working on a few songs. I've been doing a lot more of my music and movement with my preschoolers. I've become a grandmother, which is very exciting because that gives me a
Congratulations.
whole new lot of inspiration. It's just sitting there simmering, ready to come out. And I've recently celebrated 10 years of my music and movement in the local town, which is when I got really started with all this. And they put on a little surprise party for me, which was really very lovely. And so yeah, I've been working on the next project to be confirmed.
Very cool. So on today's show, we have an EP feature. It's a 5-song EP. It's called Songs to Sing and Talk About. And we're going to feature 3 of those songs today. But before we get into those, tell us a little bit about this EP.
The EP came about really because most of the songs I already have out are preschool action songs, the majority. And these songs, which when you've got a creative mind, you'll all know things are just simmering in there and you've got new ideas that you want to bring out that don't necessarily fit the genre you're in. So these songs were not preschool action songs and really suited slightly older audience and even adults. And I thought, well, these are actually things that could spark conversations. I'd love to think that someone would sing one of the songs, 2 of the songs, and then have a good old discussion with their young children, even older children. And so then it became songs to sing and talk about. And I then decided that if I'm going to put them songs to sing and talk about, we could put the instrumental tracks on there too, so that if anybody's moved to put either put their own words to it or sing along and sing my lyrics, then that's another thing that they can do.
Interesting concept. Yeah, so let's talk about a few of the songs on here. The first song I have on my list is called Me and My Behaviour. Tell us a little bit about this song.
Okay, Me and My Behaviour was one that really, I was at a cafe quite some time ago, and one of the mums in the group that I was with was telling me how she'd recently visited her daughter and her young grandson, and she was saying, he's such a naughty boy. And I thought to myself, I don't like the concept of him being a naughty boy. He's a lovely, good little boy, but he's just choosing a bit of naughty behavior right now. And so this spurred an idea in my mind. I thought, I could write a song about me and my behavior. I've always believed in the importance of differentiating between the child and the child's behavior, and so the child isn't labeled by the behavior. So I thought, even though that doesn't remove the responsibility of the child, it's a way of, I don't know, helping parents remember that it's not the naughty child, it's the child's naughty behavior, and that we need to see the difference. So this song really, it uses fictitious characters to illustrate how our behavior affects us, but ultimately shows that we can work with our behavior to react in a happy, positive way and have happy and positive outcomes. So then, yeah, so along came the sun, the song. And a, a little note here, one of my, well, our two boys, now grown up, there's one of the verses talks about one little boy taking away his brother's birthday gifts. Well, that's very definitely to my two sons. So one of them used to do that when he was little. So that's me and my behavior.
Very good. All right. Well, we're going to listen to the song now. Here it is, Me and My Behavior by Cee Bee Teatime.
I know that I am me and that is who I'll always be. But then there's my behavior, who you cannot always see. When my behavior's being good, you'd say that I am smart. And on those days you'll find we're pretty hard to tell apart. However, sometimes when we're out, like when we go to town, my behavior fools around, that's when it lets me down. In the supermarket, if I'm good, I get a lolly. But my behavior pinches me and throws things out the trolley. Oh no. But me and my behavior, when we're tucked up in our bed, it's lucky that we both forget the things we've done and said. Sometimes my behavior doesn't do the things it should, even though I've promised that I'm going to be good. When we're in a quiet place, I'm silent like the crowd. My behavior tickles me and makes me laugh out loud. Oh no. But me and my behavior, when we're tucked up in bed, it's lucky that we both forget the things we've done and said. Sometimes my behavior doesn't seem to understand, and sharing toys and presents doesn't always go as planned. So on my brother's birthday, though I am really kind, my behavior takes his gifts, hoping that he won't mind. Oh no. But me and my behavior, when we're tucked up in bed, it's lucky that we both forget the things we've done and said. The best times when behavior walks beside me arm in arm. We support each other and that works like a charm. Then I'm really proud of it and it is proud of me. And everybody tells me my behavior's exemplary. That means it's really good. Then when me and my behavior are tucked up in our bed, we smile and dream a dream of all the things we've done and said.
And that was Me and My Behavior. Next song we'll talk about is called All Those Funny Feelings. Tell us about this one.
This it's a short song, and it was inspired by a conversation with a very old friend of mine, Denise Quinlan, who happens to be co-founding director of the New Zealand Institute of Wellness and Resilience, a subject very dear to my mind too. And I was chatting to her about maybe making a song for young children about our feelings and what I should include in a song. What are the most important messages? And so she said, well, the most important messages are to ask the child, how are you feeling? And then where are you feeling it? You know, where in your body are you feeling it, to bring them to awareness of it. And then to explain that it's okay, you know, that these feelings are quite normal and that they will come and they will go, and it's a very good thing to share them. And I've heard lots of lovely songs on this subject, but this one I wrote long before I was really even listening to other people's songs. And I think it shows that it's a subject very dear to all of our hearts, actually. So I managed to get a group of children, my little singing group, little local singing group, which was then the Geraldine Children's Choir. And they came along and had a lovely time acting up the parts of the three different feelings. And I think they did a great job on that. And so the song has come together, and it's very short and sweet. And I will put a little note about the artwork too, because I have used for all these songs, for the whole album, I've asked a local artist called Mike Armstrong, who's fantastic. He's a contemporary artist. And he has come up with these really quirky, I think you'll agree, quirky imagery. And I just love them. I think they're full of vibrance and color, and they really add something to the personalities in the song, I think.
It was easy to tell it was the same artist that did all three covers.
Yeah. And there'll be two more. So one more for the final song, and then there'll be the album cover, which will be different again. So it's a lovely way to showcase his lovely style.
Yeah, they're excellent. Very good. All right. Well, let's check this song out. Here it is, All Those Funny Feelings by Cee Bee Teatime.
How are you feeling? That's what I want to know.
I'm feeling happy from my head down to my toes.
Gather up your happy thoughts and share all those funny feelings with someone who'll care. Though you're feeling happy today, things won't always be this way. Happiness sometimes hides away. That's okay.
But it'll be back another day, won't it?
Yes. How are you feeling? I'll try and understand.
I'm feeling angry in my head and in my hands.
Gather up your angry thoughts and share all those funny feelings with someone who'll care. Though you're feeling angry today, things won't always be this way. Anger comes then flows away. It's okay.
So it's not here to stay?
That's right. How are you feeling? You can whisper in my ear.
I'm feeling sad and here and here and here.
Gather up your sad thoughts and share all those funny feelings with someone who'll care. Though you're feeling sad today, things won't always be this way. Sadness comes then blows away. It's okay. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
And that was All Those Funny Feelings. We'll close this out with a third song called I Only Know How to Be Me. Tell us about this song.
Well, once again, it was one that was written before I was really talking to other people about their music. So it's fun to hear other people's take on the same subject, that we're all individuals and yet we have so much in common. We're the same, but we're kind of different. And the inspiration, funnily enough, came from a dear friend of mine who a few years ago was giving me advice and suggestions and very sweetly telling me what I could or couldn't do, and always full of wonderful wisdom. And she was giving me some wonderful wisdom, and I was thinking, oh goodness, wasn't sure quite how to respond. So I said, I only know how to be me. And I thought afterwards, oh, I quite like that. I only know how to be me. Well, that's true. And so that's where the song came from originally. And I see it as a bit of a toe-tapping, fun, yet quite insightful song, really, about being me, individual me. And again, with the aid of some of our local children, I was able to add the energy of their voices and give it something really upbeat and happy to be alive, happy to be me. And funnily enough, I think actually, I suddenly thought this afterwards. I think once I said to my husband, I'm glad I'm not like you, but it sounds terrible when I say it now, but it wasn't in that context. It was obviously, well, we're very different and we complement one another beautifully, but I think it was just a contextual thing. But
Yeah.
it was also funny that it found its way into the song as well. So it's quite funny too.
Very good. Well, I know everyone will like this one. This one was fun to listen to. Here it
Good.
is. I Only Know How to Be Me by Cee Bee Teatime.
Woohoo-whoopee. I only know how to be me, so whoop-dee-doo. I'm glad I'm not like you, hip hip hurrah. We're perfect just the way that we are, we're not the same. Comparing us is just a shame. You see the way that I walk, the way that I sing, the way that I giggle at nearly everything, the way my mouth turns up even when I cry, means I can't be someone else, even if I try. Woohoo-whoopee.
Whoopee!
I only know how to be me, so whoop-dee-doo.
Whoop-dee-doo!
I'm glad I'm not like you, hip hip hurrah.
Hip hip hurrah!
We're perfect just the way that we are, we're not the same.
We're not the same.
Comparing us is just a shame. You see the way you tap your feet and fiddle with your fringe, tickle baby brother when he starts to whinge, the way that you joke and play the fool makes you you and no one else, and that is really cool. Woohoo-whoopee.
Whoopee!
You're glad you're not like me, so whoop-dee-doo.
Whoop-dee-doo!
You only know how to be you, hip hip hurrah.
Hip hip hurrah!
We are perfect just the way that we are, we're not the same.
We're not the same.
Comparing us is just a shame. But we both have eyes and noses, mouths and hands and feet. We both need to drink and we both need to eat. We both use our voices or hands to talk. We both use our legs when we need to run or walk.
Or a wheelchair.
So whoop-dee-doo.
Whoop-dee-doo!
I guess I'm a lot like you, woohoo-whoopee.
Woohoo-whoopee!
I guess you're a lot like me, hip hip hurrah.
Hip hip hurrah!
We're perfect just the way that we are, guess we're the same.
I guess we're the same.
Comparing us is just a shame.
It's lame.
Don't have to lie to be, don't have to lie to be, don't have to try to be, don't have to try to be, awesomely proud to be, always allowed to be. I only know how to be me.
Me!
And that was I Only Know How to Be Me. And that wraps up the song features from the EP Songs to Sing and Talk About. So assuming now with the 3 songs you just listened to, they are available on anywhere you can stream, purchase, and download music, correct?
Yes, correct. Yep, they're all there.
Excellent. All right. Well, let everybody know how they can find you or get in touch with you and anything you want to say about the remainder of the upcoming E EP.
Well, I can be found on all the usual streaming platforms. I do have a fledgling YouTube channel, but it's yet to be fully developed, shall I say. The last 2 songs on the EP, I'll give you a little bit of an insight too. The next one, Grown Ups Are Funny, comes out on the 26th of July. So it'll be out actually by the time you're listening to this. So do go over and give it a listen. It's a funny family song about manners, and it sings of a game that a child plays on the bus to pass the time. So the child likes to smile and wave and say good day to the people on the bus, and with mixed results from the adults. And the children enjoy singing that. Children love singing this. I've had one little group of children singing it, which is really rather fun. And then the 4th thing the child likes to do is, I'll let you find out because it's a little bit different from the other things, and that wraps the story up, brings it to its conclusion. But this was actually a song inspired by putting my own children on the school bus quite a few years ago. And I used to play a game actually with the children on the bus. I used to wave at them and smile at them and try and get a reaction from them because they used to look very grim, as though they were going off to some sort of camp. They were just half asleep. So that inspired the song. And that's a lot of fun. And the final one, which I think probably is my favorite, is called If You Love Them, Let Them Go. And this probably it's my favorite because it's a very personal song, but it also involves all my family members. So it's particularly lovely. My middle child comes in and plays the guitar and sings the part of the grandpa at the end. And I rather love that. So it's a poignant song and it will touch any parent or grandparent, even though it is aimed actually at children. The adults will appreciate it too. So I hope you'll check that one out. But yep, find me on Spotify, find me on YouTube, find me on Instagram, Facebook, Apple Music, and all the other ones.
Very good. And just for everybody out there, Cee Bee Teatime, that's CeeBeeTeatime.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, Charlotte, thank you so much for coming back on the show. It's always great to hear what you've been up to. This sounds like a very exciting project, and I wish you all the best of luck with it.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun, and I really do hope people derive some pleasure from it.
I think they will.
Good.
All righty. Talk to you again
Thanks
soon.
so much. Bye-bye.